What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on IG at the King Jabez, and for those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, I will appreciate it. Let's work. Today's video, I believe I gave it the title, Chosen Ones. They tried to push you out, but they push you right to the top. Let's tap in tonight with a video that I have lived. I live these messages. I live the vast majority of messages I have. They're things I've been through in my life or experiences. And some of the messages are downloads that God gives me to get to my audience. So it varies. So some of my own personal experience. Others are based on revelation I've received from the Most High. And others come on just my years of study and various topics. But this one tonight, I'll live this one. People will try to push you out, and what they're actually doing, they're being used by the Most High indirectly to push you right into your destiny. So let's talk about how closed doors are sometimes what you need. We often want open doors, new opportunities, a breakthrough, when something happens suddenly and out of nowhere. And breakthroughs are on the way for many of you too, by the way. Let me put that out there. Many of you are going to experience a breakthrough within 90 days, right? Let's go ahead and speak that life over you, prophesy. And many of you are going to experience some open doors. But I want some of you to know that you're going to have some closed doors, and what appears to be bad isn't actually bad. So one of the lessons that we have to learn as chosen men and women is to not always, because sometimes it is negative, but at times we can't take the negatively, because it's actually a blessing in disguise. And so there are times that people are trying to hurt you. They're trying to limit your motion, to limit your progress in life. They're trying to talk about you, make it plain. They try to belittle, undermine. Some of you are going through workplace bullying at work. That happens a lot to chosen men and women. That's why many of us have to go into entrepreneurship, right? So this is a prime example of that, when they push you right out of an organization, push you right out of a job, push you right out of a place of employment. And what it is really positioning you to tap into your true purpose. Because what we need as chosen men and women is not just a job. And of course, there are times we have to work a job to pay the bills. I get that. I understand that as a man with a family. You know I get that. Just as good as anybody on this platform. Okay? So there are times we have to work a job to take care of business. I get that. But our job shouldn't just be that. At some point, we have to pursue our purpose. Right? Keep your job. Right? Keep that money coming in. Keep that cash flow while you're trying to figure things out. But understand, sometimes it's not your purpose. That's just the ends to the. It's just a means to the end, right? And so, as you go forward in life, understand that there will be times when people think they're really doing something, right? They think that they got one on you, and they don't. And sometimes the Most High will let this happen to you and I, because we're not always ready for what we think we're ready for. Oh, let's tap in. There are times when it's really the Most High letting this happen to keep you from a spiritual battle, a struggle in life, a temptation, an opposition, an enemy that you may not be strong enough for yet. So he takes you a longer route. He allows you to go through some adversity. He allows you to experience rejection, which is often redirection. Let's tap into it. He allows you to experience the true nature of some of your family. Not all. Of course, you have family that loves you, that is with you, that supports you, guides you, etc. Always been there for you. But there are times where he will allow you to see behind the veil. We don't always get it. And that's been my experience. I'm sitting around something, not even seeing the play. Not even getting what's going on. And somehow the Most High opens our eyes and we begin to, this has been going on the whole time. You know what I mean? You ever been around somebody, man, this person been hating all this time, gang. I thought you was cool. You ain't never been cool. Boy, been hating the whole time. Sis, and I know a lot of you be, I'm going to get you too, sis, because a lot of y'all be sitting back hating. Not on me. I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying in your own life. It's not about me. It's about, I'm giving you an example. When you had somebody around, you found out they're hated the whole time. And some of you are going through that. And sometimes it be your own people. It be your own sibling sitting there hating the whole time. Little sis. You hear me? Little sis been hating the whole time. You feel me? Bro been hating the whole time. And sometimes it be big bro. It can be old. There are times when there are older men who are jealous of younger men for being more achieved. I went through that at my job for years. I was around all these guys who were 10, 15, 20 years older than me, and that the energy they had toward me was adverse. So you got these guys who be hating on young guys. You got these women who be hating on young women. Then you have these young people, honestly, young men and women, who got a problem with older people. They go both ways, by the way. So sometimes it's not the older person hating. Sometimes it's the younger person. I'm gonna get you now, knowing like this, not wanting to give respect that they earned. Not wanting to give respect. They want to dishonor everything somebody's done for 10, 15 years because you've been doing it for 2. So now whatever I'm doing don't mean nothing. So it go both ways. You see what I'm saying? So it could be a time when there's an older person hating on somebody that's younger, and there are times when there's a younger person who is just simply dishonoring somebody who ain't going for it. And people will use religion, family, blood, if you're in the streets, gang affiliation, they will use these affiliations or connections to get down on you. So because we are family, I have the right to do this to you. Because I work at the same job as you, I kind of have the right to do this. Because we're in the same gang, if that's something this person does, I have the right to do this to you. You don't. People use affiliation at times as an excuse to get down on you and to do what they want to do anyway. And that type of energy, if you got some type of sense about yourself, I hope you do, at some point you realize what's going on and you make a move. Don't be a person that just sits around not getting it for 10 years. Don't be a person that just sit around not getting it for 5 years. And I'm not telling you just to cut everybody off, because some of y'all are just, I'm going to cut off everybody. I mean, just no, right? Think this through, because you got to have discernment, because some of y'all be cutting off the wrong people because you're not using wisdom. You're misjudging people. Okay, so you gotta be smart about this. You can't this has to be done wisely. Because what happens if you're not careful, bitterness can creep in and you start misjudging everybody. And that's not a place you want to be as a human. You don't want to be in a place now where you can't trust nobody. I mean, that can't be healthy. Now, granted, there are a lot of people that you can't trust. I'll tell you that. A lot of people ain't no good. I'm going to just tell you flat out. Big bro ain't never lied to you. Okay? Some people just up to no good, gang. And they're going to always be that way. Sneaky. Some of y'all watching me sneaky. You slick. My boy, sis. Trying to run game on people. Yeah, let me talk to you. Come on now. Don't look at me like that. You think, little bro, come on, man. You think there was a time in my life when I was liberal. Okay? And I was in the streets. Let me talk to you. Because some of y'all got come at you this way. You know I'm from West Side Chicago, right? I got to talk to you like that. Because sometimes people be letting my intelligence and the books I'm reading and the chosen one talks fool you. I've been around some people. Come on. I've been around gang members, pimps, guys doing all types of stuff. I'm in Chicago. This Chicago, man. I didn't see it all. So you're not going to run no game on me. Come on now. Especially when I used to do that, back in the days. Come on. You serious? So people will try to act like you slow. People sometimes, I know this too, since I became spiritual. People think when you're spiritual, you're slow. So because you talk about God and meditation and chosen one content, I can just try to play with you now. No, you can't. No. Spirituality doesn't mean that you are weak. And when people see that you're not, they think that you're a hypocrite. Like some of you think about me, you think, oh, you can't be spiritual and tough. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's a time for everything. There's a time to be spiritual, and there's a time to be forceful with people. That's reality. There's a time to have a nice, civilized conversation, and there's a time where I got to kind of, who you talking to? And every now and then I got to have conversations with people. And it's not like something I do every day, but the reality is there are some people who only get it that way. Man, you got to basically, in so many words, Big Bro saying, hit the brakes. Hit the brake. You're driving. We used to call it in Chicago back in the days. You're driving on me. Hit them brakes, baby. You driving on me too close. Hit them brakes. You're talking a little too reckless. You saying a little too. Hold on. And you can do that. I can do that. I do that without cursing, without threatening. Really, just kind of just matter of fact. This ain't that. And there's a time for everything. So as you grow and go forward in life, you will experience this. And these type of experiences, again, back on track, are sometimes the energy that pushes you right to where you're supposed to be. You see, that opposition and friction and misunderstandings and disagreements cause you to go separate ways, right? And that separation can lead to your elevation. Simply put, back on track, they thought they pushed you out, they thought they got rid of you. But they were just really being used by the Most High to push you right to where you need to be at the top. So understand, many of you, you're not being pushed out. You are being repositioned to your right place. Let's be clear. You are not being set back. You're being launched into your destiny. So there are people who, again, think they're pushing you out. What they're doing is adding the necessary pressure for you to make a move. And that pressure is designed to push out power. When we allow pressure to push out power, we can prosper. Prosper in the Hebrew book of Psalms, or Old Testament for the matter, is to advance and to move forward under the power and the guidance of the Most High. There it is. That's a jewel for you. So you're going to prosper. You're going to move forward. You're going to advance at life. You're going to cloud up. Let's use some basic terminology. You're going to cloud up, level up, improve your life and position in this world we live in. When you allow, and not even allow, let me say this. Understand that there is no triumph without trouble. So if you and I have a desire to triumph or to move forward in life, there will be some trouble. There is no victories without some opposition. The opposition will come before the open doors every time. So you got to kind of expect that. Expect some opposition. Expect a little adversity, right? That's sometimes a good sign. And something I heard Kevin Gates say one time online, that sometimes right before you get your breakthrough or blessing or level up, it appears like everything is going wrong. How many of you ever been through that? You're like, man, everything is going wrong. And then you give it a few months, and 6 months, whatever it is, and you start getting all these blessings. So oftentimes there is a purging process we go through, right? Many of you, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. Let me say that. You're being purged, you're being refined, so that when that open door comes, your spirit is right. Your mind is right. You are aligning yourself with the Most High and what it is you're supposed to do in this world. That's what's happening. And so that's gonna be hard work. That's what I know from my life experience. To align yourself with what God wants you to do will not be easy, because everything's gonna come against you to stop that from happening. And so thankfully you got angels helping you. Let's tap in. I talked about that. You have sometimes some stronger angels have been sent because the battles got more intense. So because the battle was more intense, you need some stronger angels. And they're there to assist you. So go forward, understanding that. They tried to push you out. And little did they know, they were pushing you right to the top. So let this message speak to you, give you some hope, some guidance on your journey. And I think with this in mind, you'll be able to prosper. So this is what I have for you today. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.